Might this be the furthest back from a playoff spot they've been all season?
Probably,
right? Because they went on that run
5-0
at the start
out
of the
gate. So yeah, I think
so they're probably worse than they've been all season in terms of playoff positioning.
I agree. I think that's correct.
Games in hand.
What do you say? What's the nothing?
They have played decently. They don't score, so that hasn't changed. But the message will be it's a game at a time. I don't even know if they'll talk about.
Everyone knows
I think it'll be focus on tonight and only tonight, and how we have to play against McKinnon and Makar and all that.
Okay, I guess because when Ryan mentioned Strömgren.
Yeah, I'm not, and again,
because that's where play
the coach and the players are that is the furthest thing from their mind.
There is zero.
The real conversations are happening between the Nonis, Maloney, Pascal, Conroy, but
they can all be on the same page. Let's get the kids in. Let's start doing this.
Yeah.
How do you approach that with
drunk if he thinks that they're having that conversation?
The
moment you're eliminated, you can go down and have the conversation. If you have a coach that has any ball, you're going to walk into Rick Tockett's office and say, hey, we're going to play. He's going to go your hat and get out of my office.
I hear you. Now, again, I'm being a little premature probably on this, but it's Colorado tonight, and then it's the third game in 4 nights against Utah. Wednesday morning, we could be burying the body, boys.
That's fine. Once the body's buried, then.
So if you're the GM,
then, I wonder, Ken, do you know what I mean? Because when does the GM talk to the coach in that fashion?
As soon as you're eliminated, officially.
Yeah, and I just think that's not being smart if you're waiting till you're officially eliminated.
What's 2 games of Will Strömgren going to do? Like, I get what you're trying to say, but they've committed to I don't understand what you're actually saying. You're crazy if you think Conroy's going to walk into Huska's room over the next 2 days and go play these kids that have
no, and I'm not saying he's going to do that. I don't expect him to do that. If you were just playing I have to put my long-term vision hat on, and our playoff probabilities probably below.
You should have done that in February and March or January and December.
Well, they were in a playoff spot when the deadline hit, and I don't think we thought they were good enough. But you can understand a GM not taking the
same
room apart.
Argument, though. They've got 3. It is. They've got 3 games in hand. We have to win those 3 plus 1 more than St. Louis. You know you're wrong. They're not going to do it.
I'm not saying they're going to do it. I know they're not going to do it. This franchise never does it. They started Jacob Markstrom in games when the playoffs were on in the bubble, and they could have had Louis Domingue and get a higher pick. Yes. Of course, they're not going to do it. They should think about doing it because the probabilities will tell you this can help you long term.
That's what I said. Like we sit here and we're ready for strong or whatever, ready for strong. Just play the kids, whatever. But they aren't going to do it.
No,
until
they're mathematically, even if they have a 1% chance where it's like, hey guys, there's actually a higher chance of you winning the draft lottery and getting into the top 10 now than getting in the playoffs.
Even they won't do it. They might not do it because you've got a bunch of guys that have been there, and you're not going to walk in and go sweep 5 guys, go sit in the fucking rafters.
You know what it'll be is if Backlund is
shut him down.
Then
if someone just Kevin Rooney,
if Wolf's a little tired,
but I understand your point of wanting to do it, but it doesn't mean shit either. Anyway, like. What's 2 viewings of William Strömgren?
It's not about William Strömgren, is my point. It's about getting less points in the standings.
But you don't. That doesn't necessarily equate. So you don't know that they're going to lose because they take out.
No, but you just know.
Who you take it out for and putting William Strömgren in? That's going to guarantee you a loss.
There's no guarantees. I'm just saying we're playing the numbers game here. If you can add 5% chance of losing and add a 1% chance of getting the top 10 pick back, and
your math to go into, I don't know what it is. I just don't.
I understand exactly what Pinder's talking about.
It's like if you look at what baseball has done.
It's too late. It's too late. I think. I don't know what the numbers are to get to the bottom. Like
because they're
6 points out of a top 10.
Out of a top 10.
There's no way they do it now until they're officially eliminated, and by that point, it's too late. It might be already too late already.
I agree with that. But if we all are saying it's not happening this year. What would a 4-game losing streak do to your chance to get in a top 10 pick? You might be in coin flip territory.
I don't think you're getting there. I have not. You're going to.
I looked at today, but I mean, I'm not saying this is like, hey, just do this and it's easy. I'm just saying, just try to give yourself a chance here. Just try to give yourself a chance to keep in your first round.
They've done with the whole season and with respect to what the guys have gone out and worked for.
Yeah, because you reach a point where you say, our chance of keeping our top 10 pick is now higher than our chance of making the playoffs.
We're keeping this team together. They've deserved to have a chance to go for it. They've worked their asses off, all being true. We want them to learn how to battle and to try and make the playoffs. Like, you're not going to undermine that.
Islanders,
and I think you're way
are
too
picking
high.
10th overall. If it's today,
yeah. So it's that Detroit 74.
It's a lot of teams, but it's teams that believe they're in it. Columbus, New York, Montreal are all playing to make that wild card. Detroit's for their lives.
But you have to get to New York, right?
One game against Utah. You got 2 against Anaheim. You got to get to the Isles, and the Isles could still make the playoffs. I'm not saying this is very reasonable. What I'm saying is, if you just go straight math and you take all the emotions and the culture in the room stuff away, they've got a better chance, in my opinion, of getting their top 10 pick than making the playoffs. That's what I'm throwing out there to think about. Because I don't think they're catching St. Louis. They're not going to catch Minnesota. And they pretty much have to go flawless. And in 2 games where they played pretty damn well, they came out with 1 point.
And on the flip side, I do agree with you, because I don't know what kind of roster that they would ice where you would get into the bottom 10 now.
You
would have to pretty much lose every game.
And you say, hey, Logan Cooley, come on up for a couple. Like, you just help your chances. There's no guarantees. I'm not saying here's how you get your top 10 pick. I'm just saying at this point, I'm more interested in that than watching a futile chase to finish 9th in the West.
Like the Red Wings and Islanders, have both played an extra
All
game.
of those teams have to
go on crazy runs. You have to win no games. It's
that's why I'm calling William Strömgren. It's not about watching William Strömgren. It's about
it won't matter.
But I don't think it matters. I get what you're saying, and you'd rather have the 5% chance.
Sure. Yeah. And I'm not expecting them to do it. It's just that it's obvious they're not good enough. And what we said at the beginning of the year, the worst case scenario for this team is about to unfold.
Yes, 100%.
What will happen is if
we're hitting the bullseye,
right there, they'd lose some games, which would just make that pick a little better for
Montreal.
Or
if this franchise ever got any luck, like those turds up QE2, you could finish 12th and then win the draft lottery to get in the top 10 or something hilarious. Like, you just want, at this point, to not give your first rounder to Montreal so that you could get rid of Sean Monahan for 1 year and lock into 7 years in Nazem Kadri, who's been good this year. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long-form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.